Hello, and welcome to the Smashbros AMA, where we take your questions every week and ask the highest rated ones to a prominent name in the Smash community. Your normally beautifully voiced Ian Barker is currently not here because he's sick, so you're stuck with me, Mike Schiller, and my co-host, Ray Chun. This week, we have none other than Gonzalo ZeRo Barrios. Hailing from Chile, ZeRo is the Smash 4 Evo champion, undisputed king of the game, having won every tournament he's entered until Nairo limited into second at MLG. Also a content creator, ZeRo is just about the biggest name in Smash 4 right now. ZeRo, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just trying to get back in practice for Genesis and just, making YouTube videos and just trying to enjoy life because it can be quite short sometimes.
Okay, and are you ready for some of the questions from the subreddit?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our first question is from Wario's Mustache, and it is, do you think you can convince Leffen to be your doubles partner in Smash 4?
I mean, if I had a bag of money and I could just pass it to him and be like, hey, bro, like, you just do this real quick. There's some money. He will do it. Otherwise, I don't think so.
What characters would you guys use?
That's where it starts because back then he only played as far as I know he played Diddy Kong back on the first patch, but Diddy Kong is like he's being patched quite a bit, so he's much different than he's back then. So I don't think he will be able to play that. So I don't think he even has a character in this game anymore. I think he will have to like play a new character. Though if we were teaming, I will tell him to pick Zero Suit Samus because he used to play Zero Suit in PM. So I guess it will be like a slightly familiar.
Would you guys win it all?
I mean, it comes down to how much he wants to do it, honestly.
All right, well, we'll move on to the next question. From the Sketchy Bean, Melee has the idea of 20XX to represent the deepest that the meta can advance in the game. What do you think the 20XX of Smash 4 will be, and what will it look like?
Well, the thing is that our game has patches, so every time there's been a dominance part in the metagame, it's always been fixed by patches. For example, Diddy Kong was really strong in the first patch, and then he got nerfed quite hard, and then Sheik started dominating really hard, but then she got nerfed, and also they changed the mechanics of the game to make her weaker in general. So, I mean, every time something gets out of line, it gets fixed right away. So there's not been really anything dominant. Right now, the most dominant thing is Zero Suit Samus. She's like slowly creeping into the metagame really hard. But I'm pretty sure that if she gets dominated like that, eventually, there will be like a patch or something, maybe, probably. So I don't think there's going to be an equivalent of 20XX in Smash 4. Though, if there wasn't patches, I could have, it could have definitely been like 20 banana and 20 needle. I mean, I could have definitely seen that, but not currently.
So you're saying that Zero Suit Samus has gotten a lot stronger, and right now is what people are talking about. Do you think it's on the same level that Diddy and Sheik were, or anywhere near where Melee is?
That's really hard. The thing is that, okay, Diddy Kong, the issue with Diddy Kong was that his kid was like, he was a fast character with too much kill power. So he had kill power that was comparable to characters like heavyweights, right? Which didn't make really much sense for a small monkey, that will hit you with a random kick and you will die at 80%. That doesn't make too much sense, right? And he was also pretty easy to pick up and play. So that created like a disbalance. For example, Sheik is a good example of a good character because she's really hard to play. And you won't see like a newcomer or a new tournament player just go and pick up Sheik and start winning or beating people because she takes a lot of time to understand. Whereas with Diddy Kong in that patch, you could, with little practice, pick up Diddy Kong and catch up really quickly with that. And that was one of the main issues which made the character perhaps unbalanced, which needed a patch to be fixed. The difference with Zero Suit is that she is very difficult to play. But the difference with her now is that she's a little too strong in general. I don't know if she's strong enough to warrant an nerf or not because it's just really hard to understand, if we could play better or if she's really that strong. You never know. I always assume patches are not going to happen and I just play based on like what's going on. And I try to always have different characters up my sleeve. But with Zero Suit, the fact is that she's way too powerful at killing Like sometimes you can get hit at very low percents, and then you can die at really low percents. And she pretty much has everything in her kit. So I don't know exactly how you can fix her if she needed to be fixed. It's a really gray and weird line. But yeah.
And the last question on this issue is, right now Nairo is obviously the major name with Zero Suit Samus. Have you noticed anyone else beginning to pick her up? Have you put in time to her? Do you think she's going to grow if not patched?
There's always been Choco. He was originally the best Zero Suit Samus player from Japan. He's been pretty much winning tournaments or placing second ever since the game came out on 3DS. So Zero Suit has always been doing good on a powerful region like Japan. In terms of me playing Zero Suit, I mean, the thing is that I haven't been practicing as much as I should. Though I've been messing around with Zero Suit. She's like a character I will randomly pick in friendlies or normal matches, to just kind of move around because I like her movement. I used to play with her a lot, but I haven't really put in any serious time into her that will be considerable for a tournament level. Because you have to, when you put something in tournament, you have to like understand everything about the character. You're not gonna go around and test things around in the middle of like a match with a lot on the line. In terms of like who is picking up the character, I will say that the Zero Suit Samus players are starting to understand more how to play the character. Both in two ways. They kind of see Nairo, what Nairo's doing. They're like, okay, Nairo's doing this, I should be doing this. So they're learning by watching. And also Zero Suit got better because of the patch. She's a lot safer on block because of the shield mechanic on shield stun. So she is not only easier to play, I will say, but also more effective. So that goes a long way. So you have someone to learn from, and also the game is helping you at the same time. So that's very beneficial for Zero Suit Samus players.
All right, we actually wanted to follow up on a question from the chat. RF7 Root wants to ask, you see we're talking about these top players, these top characters. So we want to know, what's your opinion? Who is the lowest character right now?
On the tier list?
Yes.
Actually, I'm looking at the roster right now because I have my console on. Let me see. Okay, I used to think Dr. Mario was trash, right? I used to think Dr. Mario was absolute garbage trash. Like you will throw your ugly napkins after you're done eating like chicken wings, and you will just put them in the trash. That was where Dr. Mario belonged, in my opinion. But now I saw Nairo do some stuff against ESAM, take him out at MLG, and then I started playing Dr. Mario. I almost won a regional tournament in Chicago going Dr. Mario. So Dr. Mario is actually much, much, much better than I thought. So I was pretty misinformed in there. Then I used to think Mewtwo was trash, but then Mewtwo does really good against Luigi. So then he's not trash anymore. But then I used to think like Lucina was trash, right? Even though I play Lucina. But then at the same time, Lucina has like been buffed all over the place. She has range, she has power, she has a decent recovery. So then she obviously she's not trash. But then I look at the roster and I'm like, okay, Wii Fit Train is trash. But then she got buffed a lot, and she's obviously much better than people think. And then I'm like, oh god, so who's bad? Okay. Then I'm thinking, okay, Charizard sucks. And then I realized, hold on, he got buffed like 3 times, so he's not trash anymore. And then
someone's got to be trash, Zero.
But that's what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, Ike used to be trash. Like he used to be like the worst character in 3DS, but now he's being buffed. Like every single patch is being buffed, every single one, in like very cool ways. So now he's not trash anymore. He's good. So it's like I'm looking at the roster, and the only character I can see that is bad maybe is Ganondorf. But I don't want to say Ganondorf is bad, because if Ganon hits you 2 times, you die. And I don't know. I'm inclined to think there might not even be a low tier section in this game at the point in time, which is pretty good and balanced, because you have characters that are okay, and then you have good characters, you have amazing characters, and you have god characters. Instead of having like trash, instead of having like trash, unbuyable, okay characters. It's like you have like a good sense of balance. So I think Smash 4 balancing has done quite a bit, because when the game came out, my god, dude, half the roster was like not usable at all.
That's good to hear. You probably made a lot of people happy with that. We expect you to win the next tournament with Ganondorf. We'll move on to our next question, also from Wario's Mustache. Do you believe the growth of Smash 4, signing with TSM, and your increasing brand name with regards to released YouTube content may put you in the same bracket of Smash players who can live off of Smash?
I mean, okay, so this is the thing. living off of okay, I'm gonna say this. Living off of Smash is something. It's a privilege. It's the golden privilege of like individuals I can count with both of my hands. Okay, these are the amount of people that can make a living off of Smash, and pay their bills and have a savings account, and not struggle at the end of the month because they didn't go to a local. I'm talking about people who make good money out of Smash, right? I'm thinking about people like Armada, thinking about Mango, thinking about Mewtwo King. I'm thinking about the very big guys, right? And the amount of people who can do that are very few. Now, Smash 4, the people who can make a living off of Smash 4 right now are, I will say, it's only me and Naro. And the thing is that to make a living off of Smash Brothers, it doesn't only just take you to be a world-class player. Like you have to be within the top 5, not even top 5. You probably have to be top 2 or top 3 or like that big of like the curve, right? And then you have to also be very smart with the way you promote your brand because so you have to know all these things. Like they don't teach you this in high school. They don't teach you in high school how to take care of your brand, how to interact, how to make sure your brand is always well represented and everything. They don't teach you any of this at school. They don't even teach you how to pay taxes. School sucks, dude. That's why I quit school. But bottom line is, to make a living off of Smash, you want to first of all you want to be godlike amazing. You want to godlike amazing, pretty much. You have to also make sure you have a brand and make sure you grow this brand. You have to either be a YouTuber or a streamer or both. You also have to work with sponsors and companies that can, remove different veils from your life. Like, for example, me being sponsored by TSM is obviously a huge help financially for me, obviously. So you want to be able to have good relationships with the media and everything. And there's just so many things you have to take care of. So it kind of bothers me when people say that they make a living out of Smash, when they win a few locals, but then at the end of the day, they're struggling at the end of the month to do things. So you have to be very careful. And that's why I've always said that if you want to make a living out of Smash, just don't. They just don't. It's too hard. It's too difficult. The scene, well, obviously much bigger than it used to be. It's still at the point where you have to be the absolute best in the field to make a living. Otherwise, you just don't. So it's too risky. Like, you shouldn't drop out of college for this. You shouldn't drop out of high school. You shouldn't drop out of your job. You should make sure you do your job. You get your diploma, your whatever, and then you're doing this on the side, and then you see this grow over time. And then when that gets ready, you have a nice savings account, with a few maybe 4 zeros, high 4 zeros, maybe medium 4 zeros. And then, actually, no, you need 5 zeros. Screw that, 5 zeros. You're that safe in the game. And then you take this as a hobby, and then you make it your main thing, and then you can take risks, and then it's a lot safer. Because honestly, dude, it scares me when I have kids email me, and they're telling me how they're ready to drop out of high school or like college to play Smash. I'm just like, dude, no, do not take me as an example. I didn't go to college because of this, but I got lucky as shit. That's different. That's way different. Okay, I wanna make that line. I got lucky, not in the sense that I earned my position through luck, but it means that everything went well. So obviously I was fortunate, but that's not gonna happen for everybody. So I don't want people to be in a bad spot because they follow me as an example. So that's why I tell people, be very careful. Yeah.
Now, ZeRo, obviously before Smash 4, you were a prominent Project Melee player.
Yeah.
Was there ever a point where you were worried about winning a local to make money for pay rent or for the next flight out?
Oh yeah, dude, dude. Oh my God, let me tell you about struggles. Okay, dude, you have to understand, I am crazy about Smash Brothers. Honestly, if I wasn't as successful as I am in Smash, you will probably see me living on the streets playing Smash and just be a little crazy about things, or you will probably see me not taking showers or things like that. But honestly, dude, me and Smash was I was obsessionated with Smash. I was completely crazy for Smash. So then, obsessed, yeah. But don't laugh at me. So anyway, so throughout the years, there's been times where I've struggled to pay rent. There's been times where I've struggled to get food. There's been times where I've struggled to pay anything in my life because I was doing this, 2012, 2013. And for example, I remember so many times where I had to I had to like go to the West Coast, and I was in East Coast to go to a tournament where I had to go, and then I would have to bus across the country so I could save, money, and then I had to find housing, stay at some random dude's place in the middle of nowhere in a dark alley, so I could go to the tournament and not pay a hotel because I didn't have money like that, and then go to the tournament and just play my heart out. Like there's been so many occasions where everything's been on the line just because I'm a crazy teenager, and it's been freaking rough. So now the fact that I can just sit here and comfortably do a lot of things because I've gotten very far in this is definitely, it's not only a privilege but also a blessing. So that's why I'm always very thankful of where I am.
Okay, and our next question, getting off the topic of making money with Smash, comes from Pokemon 64ism. Could you ever see customs making a return? If so, what changes would need to be made as to how customs are handled?
Okay, do you want me to give you an esports answer, or you want me to give you my opinion answer?
We want your opinion, the worst of the worst.
Can I give both?
You can give both.
Okay, great. I'm gonna give you both answers. So this is my esports answer. Oh well, I mean, I think customs can be interesting for the metagame. I mean, they can perhaps provide some benefits to the metagame depending how they're implemented. I'm not exactly sure how they can be implemented into the game. Maybe you will require some patches or different changes to make it more interesting for top players to participate in customs, to make it a fair and fun environment for everybody.
That was a wonderful answer, ZeRo. Can we now hear your opinion?
Okay, so the question. Okay, I'm going to read you the question again, right? So it says, could you ever see customs making a return? No. If so, what changes will need to be done for customs to be handled? I don't care. Just no. So these are my answers.
I know you've obviously been an opponent against customs, and this has been explained many times, but can you give a short summary for people who have not heard you talk about it as to why you think customs are a bad idea for Smash 4?
Okay, so the custom debate is so difficult. I often don't like to give my opinion on this matter because it often comes down to semantics. It often comes down to opinion against opinion, and often comes down to a point where like just gets the worst out of people.
You're not debating here. You just get to say whatever you want, so it's fine.
Okay. So personally, do not burn me on Twitter, please. I said I don't like customs, okay? So I'm biased. I do not like customs. I've never enjoyed them. I think they're ugly. I'm poor looking. They're janky. They're weird. I'm not playing Smash Bros. When I play them, and they're definitely ugly. Specifically poor looking. Okay. No, but seriously, when it's just the balance, they just break balance. Okay. And Smash Bros. Is a game where like it's all about your characters can do certain things and cannot do certain things. So for example, let's say Donkey Kong is a character who's always had a bad recovery. So he was very heavy, he had a lot of damage output, but the weaknesses that he had was that he was he could get combo really hard, and he would also get hit off the stage really hard. So then if I give Dicky a custom that fixes both of his problems, right? So he has no weakness anymore. That's not balance, right? That breaks the balance of the game because you're giving the character tools that, just break that. For example, Sheik, right? She has the best projectiles in the game, but there's a custom that breaks shields when you throw needles. So then you can't defend yourself from needles anymore. Is that balance? Like, does that give me more options? In my head, that doesn't give me more options. I don't care about having more options. The game is a fighting game. I mean, you're going to pick a character. Even if you pick the best ones, they're still going to have bad areas where they're not the best at. And usually, more often than not, customs will just make that bad area of a character be turned into one of their best ones. So then you have a character that's only good at certain things, and that breaks the balance of Smash. For example, characters like Villager, right? They used to be very, by the way they designed the character was that Villager had a really long recovery, but it was very susceptible to be edge guarded. But then they give him a custom where he's invincible while recovering, so you can't hit him at all. So then it doesn't make the game about counter picking or outplaying people. It comes down to a point where, hi, this is a custom. You cannot do anything against it. Screw you. There's no dealing with it. There's no outplaying the custom. It's just you don't do anything with it. You just let the other person do whatever they want. When I played at Evo, I had to face a lot of customs, and I won Evo without dropping a game playing against custom city, custom nation even match. And a lot of the time, my way of dealing with customs was not to, man, I'm going to try to play that person because I can do something about this. I just said to myself, dude, I'm just running away from this because I don't know what to do. I can die if I make a mistake, and I'm not messing around with that. Screw that. I'm out.
So do you think customs could have been balanced well, but just weren't, and that's why they're not okay?
I mean, I think customs could have been interesting if they actually provided. Okay, you know what's an interesting example of customs for me? For example, take the Mario fireballs, right? You know, you have a fireball that's really slow but more powerful. Then you have a fireball that, you know, goes faster but does less damage. And then you have the traditional fireball which bounces. That's an interesting custom, right? Because, you know, you still have a projectile, and the projectile will play out in different ways, but it doesn't break any balance, right? But then, you know, you can. I wish the thing is that customs were not made to be balanced. They were not made to be competitive. So their overall design that they made them with was to simply, you know, be fun. You know, like heck, Villager now has explosive balloons. Let's go over here. You know, like, people have to understand that they were not made with balance in head. They were just made for fun. I mean, even Sakura himself said that, you know, they made customs with no balance intentions. They purposely didn't balance them because people were gonna play for them for fun, and that's the entire purpose they were done. But we're playing competitively here. We're playing in tournament. I mean, yeah. So I mean, I don't think Sakura is gonna overhaul the entire custom. You know, how many custom moves do we have? We have 12 per character. Don't kill me if I'm wrong, but 12 per character. We have like 54 characters. You do the math, but that's too much. If I was Sakura, I would say screw that.
Well over 500.
Yeah, screw that. I'm not doing that. I'm not overhauling the entire system for some competitive players. You know, it's just gonna stay there, and that's just kind of what it does. I mean, I'm happy that customs are gone. It makes the game more simple. I mean, okay, let me tell you. So if the game has customs, it's also harder for new players to get into the game. Like, for example, like, will you go to a tournament that has customs on, and then you have to, as a new player, you have to know, like, every character just got 3 times more complicated because there's customs on. So then you don't want to enter it because it's just too complicated. You don't know what's going on. You don't want to go to something you're not right. You don't want to pay money to go somewhere that you don't know what you're doing. Like, you know, you play your game with your friends. You play, you know, Final Destination. You play For Glory, maybe. These are the rules. Tournament is almost similar to For Glory. We purposely made tournament play to be similar to For Glory so anyone can join. But then we put customs on and we put all these random stages. And then people are like, wait, this is not the same game I play with my friends. I don't want to go to this tournament. So then it alienates and pushes away the people. Customs also divide and split the community. Because then you have customs are on, people that want to play with customs, people that don't want to play with customs, and then the people that play with customs, and then the people that want to ban some customs. So then it splits the community in 3 ways. Screw that. It's just too complicated. Just ban them, dude. Let's just take them away. And that's what I said. That's what I said day one.
Well, thankfully for you, customs are banned, and we will move on to our next question. SC Red asks, as part of TSM, do you think your sponsor has treated you with all of their ability? Do you think there is some stuff that they could do better?
Okay, so TSM has honestly done a lot for me in terms of like providing me with things that I need, and they're very generous with a lot of things that they do, and I'm very thankful for it. However, there's one thing that's that personally is difficult to do, is that because they're so busy, they're just really hard to reach sometimes. So then sometimes I just have to wait like a few days to reach them out. But that's fine, you know, because, you know, a lot of the time they're like going all over the country, you know, doing super crazy league stuff. So it's, you know, obviously you can't always reach them out. You know, they're human, and, you know, like that's not really something that they can like fix. I mean, they recently did some management changes to fix that. So now it's a lot easier. But that was literally the only thing I thought. It's like, wow, they're pretty hard to reach. That's just really been it. Other than that, they've been like A++ and everything. Like, honestly, like they're just being incredibly nice. Like, I'm just gonna tell you, like, my girlfriend is a big fan of TSM, right? So I asked my manager if she could have some TSM stuff, and she was like, "Yeah, here's a coupon. Have whatever you want." And it's like, I expect them to say no, but then she was like, "Sure, you know, you're my player. You know, we'll make you happy." So they've been super A++ on everything. They've been super, you know, supportive in some sort of things. Like, for example, Reginald will sometimes watch my matches. You know, I didn't expect Reginald to watch my matches, even though I play for his team. You know, I expected him to be busy, you know, in some business meetings or something, but he will still watch my matches. And that to me is crazy, right? Because that guy has like his entire day filled with stuff, and then, that guy has like barely time to breathe. So then the fact that he will have time to watch my matches, with all the stuff that's going on, that's really cool. And they're just being really supportive, really professional, really cool. You have like, it's a really interesting environment because you're like, it feels like you're hanging out with people that are your friends, but at the same time, it's a professional business. It's an environment that's really hard to describe with words. Maybe I'm just not good at that. But if you were there, you will feel that, it's not like you go to like a new job and then it's like really professional, but then you don't really feel like you can connect with anybody. It's not here at all. Like, for example, I've talked to their league players before, like Dyrus and Jerson, and they're just really nice people, just really, really nice people. And, just honestly, like the quote unquote complaint that I have is like not even like relevant anymore. They already fixed it. I didn't have to say anything. They even acknowledged it themselves. I didn't complain. I'm not going to complain about something as petty as that, obviously. And they already fixed it and everything. So it's like, honestly, TSM is like the best sponsor I have to deal with in like forever. Like A++.
Quick follow-up on the question of being hard to reach. I've heard some drama about some tournaments taking a long time to pay out. Can you elaborate on that?
Oh, like tournaments take long to pay out?
Yeah, I've heard that recently, specifically a couple tournaments have taken a while to pay out top 8.
Oh my god, I hate that so much. I don't like that tournaments will sometimes just take forever to pay. I understand. Okay, this is just my complaint, but I don't like. I'm gonna use the job logic. So people are trying to make Smash into a sport. So that means that the professional athletes that play this game at that level, right, the sport, they're making a living through this. So you require their full-time talent to compete at this tournament so you can have a proper event. But then if you require so much from them and you're making things like that, what if I told you, for example, what if I told you tomorrow, right? By the way, man, your salary, your paycheck this month, it's gonna be delayed 2 months. How will you feel about that?
Not good.
Exactly. No one will like. What if I told you, your paycheck next week, 2 months, or two more weeks, 1 month and a half. Like, you don't want to do your job in the sense that, like, you're gonna do your job and then you're gonna get paid several months afterwards just cause, like it's like, I feel like if we're trying to make this entire movement be like this, payments should need to be on time and should have to be, in a proper timing. They shouldn't take as long as they do. And obviously I understand sometimes the reason they take long, it's out of your tournament's control. Sometimes sponsors can be slow to deal with. Sometimes players can be stupid and they don't reply to emails. I've seen that. I yell at them. But obviously I wish that's my complaint. I wish things will be faster so everybody can, enjoy the benefit, enjoy their not their reward, but I will say their compensation sooner, All
right. Well, we've got a quick question next from Tropius2. Who is the best Smash 4 player right now who doesn't have a sponsor?
Oh, God. Okay, let me think. Probably all the Japanese players, honestly. Like, all the Japanese players are like Renai, 9B, Choco, all these amazingly talented, skilled, and honestly really nice people. Like, they have to do donation drives. Like, I had to donate hundreds of dollars of my money for 9B to come to Genesis because he did not have, any other way to come, because it's expensive for him. And obviously, not everybody can just fly like that internationally. But, I wish they will get more sponsors. I know Nietono has a sponsor, so he can come out more easier, but he's only one out of like 20 amazingly talented players. If you're talking about America, though, I mean, I'm a sponsor, Nara's sponsor, Easton's sponsor. I will say the most talented player who's not sponsored in America is The Buzz. So that will be my pick. I mean, I hope he gets a really good sponsor soon.
All right. Spike Zillion asks, if you could entirely rework any character, preferably a lower tier character, who would you change? And I want you to choose just one.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Diddy Kong. Get him back to the first patch. Give me that Diddy Kong, please. Make a tournament with $1 million pop bonus. Give me that Diddy Kong. Give me that Diddy Kong. All right, that's it.
All right. Sir Duke III asks, since MLG, your quality of your YouTube videos has improved exponentially. Did someone specific give you advice on MLG, or did you just decide to get more serious about it?
Okay, so this is actually what happened. So because I had to start practicing for MLG and Big House, and I was really depressed about a lot of stuff, and I was like outside of my office, I didn't really have the tools to make proper videos. So what I had to do was that I had to schedule a bunch of videos to survive me throughout the season, right? So a lot of these videos were, to put it bluntly, they were rushed because I had to. I'm not gonna break my plea to be consistent because I promised my audience that I was gonna deliver on this days and this time. And as a content producer, the most single important thing you can do is never break your schedule. So what I had to do, unfortunately, was that I had to rush some of these videos, where unfortunately, you know, I did say some things that were wrong or some things that I wish I could have fixed. But between, you know, that's the problem. Like, what should I have done? You know, because I didn't have much time at all. I had to, you know, I don't know where, travel somewhere for 2 months or a month and a half. You know, stuff was going on. It was just too much at the time. So my only option was to either, you know, not produce any videos for like a month and a half. That's not doable. That's not viable, you know. You have, with YouTube, you have to continue making videos like that. Ideas have to keep coming up to you. And if you stop making ideas, if you stop making them come, you lose your audience, and then you can lose your job like that. So obviously, you know, I had to, you know, suck it up on the Reddit complaints, suck it up on everything, and just accept that, yeah, I mean, quality was worse because I had to. I'm sorry. But I'm not going to say that because people, that's the thing. People don't care about your excuses. If you make your job poorly, that's it. It's up to you, and you have to fix it, and you have to quietly fix it the next time because people don't care. If you make it late to your job and your boss tells you were late, he doesn't care about your excuses. You're late. Fix it. You know? That's what it comes down to. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, good enough after. Oh my god, dude. Okay.
You're going.
Okay. So yeah. Anyway, after MLG, the videos, you know, I ran out of the schedule, so I could actually work on videos on a day-by-day basis. So I'm gonna work on my Monday video, write up a script on one day, you know, come up with ideas, maybe find a reliable person I can get information from, make sure my script is correct, make sure everything is correct, record multiple times the audio so it's perfect and fine and everything, have time to edit, make it nice, find a new intro. I have more time and the content can be better. So the reason the content has been improved in quality is because I actually had time to work on it. So yeah.
Getting back to playing, XXX SamWow XXX asks,
Oh my god.
I love you so
is
much.
the dream of that money match between you and Jason over, or could we possibly see you guys compromise on which version of Project Melee to play?
Okay, so I mean we can play this is the reason why I wanted to play a different version of PM, is because 3.5 PM was like pretty much playing Melee. Like a lot of people didn't want to play 3.5 because it was too close to Melee, and Melee players did not want to play 3.5 because it was close to Melee, so might as well play Melee. So it's kind of ridiculous in that sense. And my best character, which was Ped, right? That's my character in PM. He got nerfed to a point where he's not really viable in tournament. And Mewtwo's best character, which was Mewtwo, was nerfed to the ground too. So both of our characters are trash. So then it's not interesting for me to beat his, you know, trash Mewtwo, or for him to beat my trash Pit. It doesn't matter. And if I play him on a PM version where it's almost like Melee, you know, Melee is his best game, right? It's like if I said, dude, let's play Smash 4 and Smash 4. You know, it's like, it's just giving him a free win for no reason, right? Because I'm not going to beat Jason in Melee, but he's not going to beat me in Smash 4. So then obviously, you know, we have to settle it down with games where like almost close, right? In PM, you know, he will take sets from me and I will take sets from him. We could compete with each other and it will be an interesting showdown, right? So what I would like to see is that if we had to do that money match, we will have to play on PM All-Stars. So then he can play broken Mewtwo, I can play broken Ped, and that's it. That's fine. You know, that's fine. We're both playing a broken character anyway, whatever. You know, if he doesn't want to play it, then whatever. But, you know, we're going to play in Melee. So the way I put it in my head was that it was going to go like this. So we're going to play 64, right? Jason's probably going to win. We're going to play Melee, so Jason's going to win, right? Then I'm going to play Brawl. I'm going to beat Jason. Smash 4, going to beat Jason. It's 2-2. So it comes down to PM. So obviously, the PM version matters the most because that's going to decide the winner. But it will be tight. I wanted to do like $1,000 money match and have all 5 games and be like best of 5, mega try hard. You know, I wanted to like broadcast it on SPA with Red Bull sponsoring. I wanted to make it hype, dude. Like, super tight. But yeah.
And speaking of coming back to Melee, Carson Karanian asked, are you thinking of ever coming back to Melee?
Dude, I played Armada like yesterday and I was so trash. I got 4 stock. That was so embarrassing. Then I went Marth and I got 2 stock. So no.
All right.
I'm kidding. Honestly, I love Melee. I like Melee a lot, but I honestly enjoy Smash 4 more. My YouTube audience is Smash 4. I am known for playing Smash 4. Okay, let me ask you a question, okay? So let's say you were the best in the world at, okay, let me think of something. You were the best in the world at creating fans, okay? You were the best in the world at making fans, do this, okay? You were the best in the world. Top one, my boy. Top one. You were the best in the world at this, right?
Did I win Evo?
Huh?
Did I win Evo for making fans?
Oh yeah, of course. You sold fans all over the world. You went to the world championships of making fans, and you come out on top, right? You're the best at making this. And then, back in the day, you used to be like, you used to build colons, right? You used to build colons, right? And you were like okay at it. You liked it. You were good at it. But you never really like, I guess you were better at the fan thing, right? So then, obviously, you're having all this success in the fan and everything, and you actually enjoy doing the fans more than the colons, right? That's fine. And then people are like, you should go back to using colons. What is your answer?
Moving on.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it.
The real Mr. Willis asks, when will we see the return of Zero Box? And notice he says when and not will.
Okay. Well, it's a little hard because I am static teammates with Naro. So any big tournament that we go to, we're going to team at. So I don't know when I could team with Hungrybucks. Like, for example, if I went to a tournament where, Naro is not at, and then I didn't really have someone else to team with, I can see myself teaming with Hungrybucks because, a lot of people enjoy it. And teaming with Hungrybucks is really hard because, he doesn't really play Smash 4. So there's a lot of things that he doesn't know. But he's really clutch as a player, and his fundamentals carry him really hard. So when we play, every match is like a mad struggle, but it's so fun because it's so hard. So then you play like a boss battle, and then you have the entire crowd will cheer for us because apparently I don't know why, but they just cheer for us because we're entertaining to watch because the Hungrybucks just goes ham. So then it creates like this really carefree environment where we just play for fun. So honestly, based on the opportunity, if Nara's not there, I'm down.
Actually, I saw on Twitter that Hungrybox is playing Mario. What do you think about that?
No, he has to go Puff. He has to go Puff.
He has to go Puff?
Come on, that's the fame for. Who cares about winning? Just play Puff. If we go down, we better go down looking cool, okay? If we go down and we didn't do anything flashy, that's a failure right there.
So are you saying Mario's not cool?
Mario? Okay, what is Mario going to do? Down throw, up tilt? That's boring. What is Mario going to do? The only time where Mario's hype is when I get killed by upper. I'll be all the way at the top of the stage. That gets hyped because that got me hyped. That's when Mario's hype. Otherwise, Mario's like, pretty bland, I'll say.
All right. Well, that's obviously talking about the more fun part of the game at that point. On the other side of things, Galaxian asks, how do you deal with stress at a competitive level?
Oh, I don't. I get stressed all the time, and I cry like a baby about it. But off the social media, of course, off social media. Like, off social... Okay, back in the day, I used to be stupid, right? Because I will actually vent out my stress and my frustrations on social media. Oh, boy, that was so stupid. But now, I do the actually wonderful idea of not posting anything.
That's genius, man. How'd you come up with that one?
I came up with that because I thought about it. Hold on. I can think and say stupid things, but as long as I don't say them on camera, I'm good. And I realized, oh my god, my brain exploded, right? And I was like, dude, everything came to a good end at that point. But really, what I do is that you have to understand that stress, a lot of people are stressed. Stress will always come to somebody because you are worried if you're going to succeed or you're going to do things correct or things are going to go your well. I have stress all the time. For example, sometimes I get anxiety about my YouTube videos. I'm like, do people still going to care about my videos? Are people still going to watch my content? If I put this video tomorrow that I work for, today, are people going to give a damn about the video? Are people going to actually watch it? Is my audience going to stop watching my videos, or is everybody going to unsubscribe next month? Like, I'm always wondering this type of questions. Or things like, am I falling down as a player? Maybe I go to a practice session and I'm playing like crap, and maybe I suck now. What if I lost all my skill overnight? Like, stress will always come down to you, boy. It will always come down to you. But I think the best way to deal with stress is that you have to just go with the wave, because things will always be hard. Life is difficult. Life is a road full of bumps. Things are never gonna be easy, no matter what you do. And you just want to just go along with the wave, just enjoy it what you can. If things are not going your way, try to be optimistic about them. Never think about things negatively. Never assume people are going to do you wrong because they're after you or something. Just think about things more neutrally, more positively, and the stress is less of a burden to deal with, I feel.
That's deep, man. Drakester234's question was on a similar note, so we'll just talk about part of it. He asked, how do you deal with all the pressure that's put on you, which you've already described? But what he also asked is especially before when you didn't lose sets. So I'd like to elaborate, has finally losing a tournament taken some stress off of you or added more?
It definitely took a lot off because now I feel like I can lose and it's like whatever. I mean, it's not as bad as because back then, okay, I used to think I was an anime character, like a Yu-Gi-Oh character, right? Especially because people kept saying I had plot armor, so that triggered me in good ways. That triggered me because I brought out the anime kid within myself to do things that I should not be doing in real life. Because I don't think anybody should be winning 50-something tournaments in a row because that's just not human. But my mom always said I was weird, so I take that for granted. But what I'm saying is that it brought out the anime side on me. I used to think I was a Yu-Gi-Oh character. I used to think I was Yu-Gi-Oh, right? And I could literally just win duels because I was supposed to win them. So I never really cared if I had a streak or not. I just knew because of the plot I was supposed to win. So then I wasn't really stressed while playing the match itself that I could lose or anything. I would just do things and then just continue playing. And usually things worked out. But then whenever I was out of the game and I was back to being a normal human being and not an anime character, I was like, oh my God, dude, if I lose the stock, Twitter. Oh my God, I lost the match, Twitter. Oh my God, Reddit thread. It was always like that. But I mean, over time, I learned to understand that, just because people want you to lose is not because they hate you or they want you to die or they want, your kitten to suffer a horrible death by someone stopping on them. It's not about that, actually. It's about, people just get entertained by having someone they respect that they want to see a match be close. They are interested into the upset or the underdog doing well, and it's an interesting narrative. So over time I stopped taking things so personally because I used to be such a wooz. Like you didn't even know, dude. Like I used to be like, oh my God, somebody on Twitter said that. Oh my God, I lost a stock. I'm not nearly as good. Oh my God, drama. I used to be like that. I used to be like so bad because I used to think my life was over. Somebody tweeted at me, said something bad. My life is over. My life is over. I'm dead. But obviously, I grew up within a few months considerably and, things were better.
And then Drakester234 also had a second part to his question, which was, what are your favorite games of all time outside of Smash?
Okay, so this is so easy to answer. So 999 / Zero Escape series. Amazing escape game. I recently went to escape room with the Sky House.
Oh my God.
We didn't solve any fucking room because we played the games and we were game players and we watch anime. We can beat any type of puzzle in the world because we're so smart. In the end of the day, we didn't solve shit. We got wrecked in the rooms, but it was super fun. Dude, what if I give you a gun, right, with a lining, and I put you in a dark room where you have to crawl under a vent above the floor where it's like aliens and shit? Dude, that's a mission. That's a mission. I felt so much thrill. I felt like I was 12 years old again, and I was like out in the wild doing cool stuff again. Oh my God, no parents. Oh my God, it was so cool. Anyway, that was so cathartic. It was so good. Go to escape room if you can. Ace Attorney series, dude. I'm so anime sometimes because I will play Ace Attorney and then pretend I know everything about law because I'm playing a video game. So obviously, because the video game character is doing this, you can obviously do it in real life, obviously. So then I used to be like, I will watch like a real life law show, people, whatever, and I'll be like, he's the killer. He did this. Check the fingerprints. Ha! I'm a lawyer. That was obnoxious, but that was different. So Ace Attorney, Earthbound. I love RPGs in general. I will say Star Fox 2 as well. I don't know. Okay, this is the complex about Star Fox. This is my complex with Star Fox, right? So what happened to Fox was that he found a girl, okay? Now watch this. So Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, okay? Fox is a badass fox. Metal legs. That man cut out his own legs to save the universe, okay? Out in a mission with his pals, saving the world, being amazing. 64, that man is a bandit. He's a legend throughout the galaxy. Star Fox Adventures, he finds a girl. He starts falling down. And then Star Fox DS, right? Oh my God, dude. You see Fox crying on the ground in some scenes. I'm just like, bro, what happened to you? You used to like save the wild galaxy. What happened to you? And he's like, Crystal broke up with me, and I'm like, anyway, that upset me. Well, it didn't. I mean, I was actually pretty emotional with that, but yeah. So yeah, those are my favorite games.
All right. Well, we'll go back to Smash after that interesting narrative. Talking French Fry asks, what characters in Smash 4 do you feel are underrated? And does any character stand out to you as a character that can climb in popularity as the meta progresses?
Okay, so the most underrated character in the game is always the character you main, because people for some reason keep saying their characters suck. So you will hear people like MBD say Diddy Kong is like top 40 in the game or top 30, and I'm like, bro, he's top 10, like, relax. And like, people will always underrate the characters. When I play Sheik, I used to say Sheik was the best character in the game. When I played Diddy Kong was either the best or second best. And you know, I always used to say my characters were like slightly above average than people thought, because, you know, people for some reason enjoy just saying that their characters suck. Like, you know, like, people will play Zeros to Samus and say she's like 44 in the game. I'm just like, shut the hell up, man. And, you know, I feel like the most underrated character is always your main, and the most overrated character is always the character you fight on the other side.
That is definitely true from what I've seen on the forums. It is always the character that you main that is the worst. Moving on to the next question, Eagle Strike 411 asks, who's your anime waifu?
Oh, that's my girlfriend. Done.
We won't make you say any more than that.
Nope.
Vinny F asks, a lot of people have been wondering about your opinions on the different ledge mechanics of Smash 4 compared to the rest of the games. How would the meta change if the ledge mechanics were more like the others?
Well, Sheik will be a lot worse. A lot of characters will be trash, actually. Like, you could actually edgeguard Zero Suit. You could edgeguard Sheik. Fox will be, oh my god, you could edgeguard Fox. Oh my god, you could do so many things. I would love for ledge mechanics to be like, I don't like the current ledge mechanics. I don't like that people can just like take the ledge away from you. Like, dude, get that garbage out of here, dude. Just let me grab the ledge and him die, okay? You know, like, Sheik's recovery is only overpowered because the game's mechanics allowed it. If people were able to grab the ledge and kill that chick, my god, dude, done.
Okay, I'm sorry. The chat is getting very upset that you didn't answer who your anime waifu was. So I think you're going to have to answer.
Okay, this is the thing. I don't really have a waifu because, you know, I have a lady in my life. So, like, it doesn't, like, okay, dude, I don't even think about that. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to say Diddy Kong, because Diddy Kong's obviously an anime character. And, I mean, my avatar in Twitter is the Diddy Kong is a monkey with glasses and a scarf and a hat and a jacket. Like, he's stylish, as, you know, as hell. Like, he's on fleek. And, you know, he's going to slay them. So, Diddy Kong. And okay, if I have to pick someone that's not a human being, Diddy Kong. If not, my girlfriend. Done. So, Diddy Kong.
That covers a pretty good basis of species. And so we'll move on to Mysterious Mr. Mime's question, which is, can you make a second channel just for you doing covers of popular songs?
Dude, I am not a good singer. I don't. Okay, look, I'm going to tell you a story. So my girlfriend absolutely, okay, she only hates one thing about me, okay? And actually, my mom only hates one thing about me. Usually, people only hate one thing about me, and it's always the exact same thing. And it's when I sing, right? Like, my girlfriend has told me on so many occasions, you are so pretty when you're quiet, okay? My mom has said this so many times too. You are beautiful, but if only when you're quiet. And that's happened throughout all my life. So you've been told all your life to shut the hell up, right? So obviously when they give me this pretty microphone I have right here in front of me, you know, all these bottled up emotions, I want to sing. And I'm absolute garbage trash at it. But I think it's just interesting and different that I can like randomly sing. Now, if I were to make a channel, I mean, I'm not going to be the next Justin Bieber or something. So obviously don't get your hopes up. But I mean, I can sometimes, you know, do something. Lately, what I've been doing is that I just bother my roommates by singing. So I'll just make random lyrics like, wait, do you guys even want to hear this? Like, probably everyone's going to hate it if I do this.
No, you should sing. You should sing for us right now.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to sing about...
Just let it all out.
Okay, I'm gonna sing about my roommate on my left. Okay. I used to be one of your best friends, but then I realized all you do is big tweet about me, and I hate you. I wish you moved out. I wish you moved out of the house. Anyway, these are the type of things I sing. As you can tell already, someone told me to shut up. So obviously it goes in line.
Okay, well, then we'll move on to Smash for our next question. J_KXM asks, if you couldn't use Sheik or Diddy, who would your main and secondary be?
Whoever the best in the game is, probably ZeRo. Probably ZeRo. Like if I couldn't use them, okay. If I couldn't use them, but I had to play somebody and I didn't have time to prepare, I will play Falcon, obviously, or Falcon or Fox because they're the next characters I have the most experience with. If I had to like pick somebody in tournament to play with, if Diddy and Sheik were not in the metagame, a lot of characters will be a lot better. So I will just probably pick the character whoever is the best afterwards because obviously I have to keep winning.
All right, well, let's take it back a notch. Let's say you are back to childhood. You've never played competitive Smash. You're looking at the roster. Who would you have picked?
Okay, so okay.
Just out of love.
If I never played any video game?
Or just if you didn't have an onus on winning, who is your favorite character that you would love to main?
Oh, okay, I'm thinking. Okay, I will not pick Mario because everybody picks Mario and I want to be different. I will not pick any of the girls because my friends will tell me I only pick them because they're girls. I don't want to deal with that. Probably, I will not pick Falcon because I never pick the guys with the muscles. They just look weird. But I play Falcon in the Smash because he's cool. I will not play Sonic because I think he's ugly. I don't want Sonic. I think I will play Yoshi.
Wow.
Why
Yeah.
Yoshi? There's got to be a reason. You said it.
He's a green. Okay, I like dinosaurs. Okay, and he's a green dinosaur, so that's cool.
And you would pick the green color.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
because when I was a kid, I didn't change colors because I thought that when I was a kid, I thought that if you didn't change the color of the characters, they will be their actual original version, so they will be more powerful. That's what I thought. Obviously, that's just stupid, but I mean, please, I was 4 years old.
Did you also try to like unlock Sonic and Melee by killing all the cruel Melee characters?
Don't make fun of me, dude. I tried that for like a year. Stop. I tried doing that for like a year. I was so pissed when I killed like 100 cruel dudes and like I was expecting like tails to come out of the screen. I was like, I'm so excited. I'm gonna get Sonic and Melee, and then nothing happened. I was like, oh, I was so mad.
So what then was your favorite announcement when they were pre-releasing announcements for Brawl and Smash 4? Did anything stand out to you?
Oh, when they announced For Glory, because I was like, oh my god, I can actually play people online and beat them in like 1v1s. Oh my god, I'm gonna wreck people. So then when 3 years came around, I played 2 weeks of 18 hours a day of For Glory, and then I never played it again because I got fed up.
Do you think that time on For Glory helped you out for the people who only have online as an option?
Yeah, dude, I play like every character like 100 times. Like I no-life my way out of that game. Like I no-lifed it. Okay, this was my schedule. I will play for 16 to 18 hours a day. I will only take pauses to go eat, use the bathroom, and sleep. I no-life my way out of that. And then I ended up being good.
Well, on the subject of eating, Expanded Metal asks, what's your favorite food?
Oh, God, okay. This is really hard, okay? I don't even know this myself. I'm going to have to go with my gut.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant your gut as in that's your favorite food.
No. What the hell? No, wait, what?
I'm sorry, no.
Actually, funny enough, I don't know what a gut is.
A gut is like a word that's used for your stomach in English.
Wait, so my gut is my stomach?
Not exactly your stomach, but like going with your gut is a phrase that means going with what you believe deep down in your stomach. You know, it's kind of a way with words.
I mean, I know about using that term because I just use it, but I never really understood what gut is, but I just follow along, and I never asked because I was too lazy. But yeah. So I'm going to follow my gut and say that I will say steak. I'll say steak. Okay, the thing is that I'm really biased because anything either my mom or my girlfriend cooks is just broken good. Like, they can... Okay, Like my girlfriend will just make anything, like make some tacos or something, and they're like the best tacos ever. My mom will make like mashed potatoes with like one thing, best mashed potatoes in the world. Like it's always like that. So I'm super biased with them, with two of them, with the both. But one thing I've always enjoyed, no matter what, is steak. Medium rare steak, mashed potatoes, strawberry juice on the side, the goddamn biscuit where you put the mash. Okay, I'm super weird. So I open up the biscuit, right? Oh god. So you open up that biscuit, that Red Lobster biscuit, you know, that Popeyes biscuit, that good biscuit I'm talking about. You open it up, right? You put some mashed potato in there, right? You put some piece of steak, right? And then you add some of that gravy. You close it up like this, and dude, amazing. Anyway.
Is there anything more Chilean that you miss eating?
Wait, what?
Is there anything from like Chile that you miss eating living now in America?
Not really. I mean, empanadas, I guess. But my mom never really made Chilean food, and like I don't like a lot of things from Chile because there's this really known thing which is like it's corn cake, right? But it's not like a cake, like a sweet one. It's like corn cake. It's weird to explain, but it has like meat and everything. Now people love that in Chile, and they have like a lot of variations from it. And they eat it with seafood and different things. Now, one time I ate corn cake, right? And I literally died in my bed for like 2 weeks. I got sick. I had fever for 2 weeks. You know, my stomach died to the ultimate point of dying. And I swore to never again in my life ever come close to a corn cake. So then, my mom would just make like normal people food. So yeah, like mashed potatoes and pasta and things like that. So yeah.
Well, in regards to Chile, as a fighting game player, something that interests me this year at EVO is that Kane Blue River won Marvel 3. How do you feel about that and the Chilean fighting game / Smash scene as a whole?
You wrecked America. No, I'm serious. No, okay. I thought it was funny, but it was funny because Cam Blue River will like go to the same tournaments I went to for like 2 years. We'll go to the same tournaments. Like he will go to the Marvel like big events. I will go to the Smash big events, and we'll usually meet up, right? And a lot of the time, you know, I won those events, but he didn't, right? I never saw him win. Right? But then I go to Evo. I win Evo, right? I'm sitting down eating my $100 dinner because obviously we just won Evo. Who cares? We're in Vegas, and then I see Kane Blue River walking down in this thing, and I'm talking to my manager at TSM, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, Kane, how did you do at Evo? He's like, I won. And he shows me the trophy. I'm like, oh, I won too. And we're like, oh, yeah, Evo champions, fellow Evo champion. Yeah, that was cool. And I'm also friends with Armada, who won Melee. So then when I won Evo, I went downstairs to go meet up with him, right? And first thing I did was like, how's it going, Evo fellow Evo champion? And then he was like, it's going good, fellow Evo champion. So whenever we talk in chat and Facebook, we just call each other fellow Evo champion. So, or we also call it just Evo champion things.
All right. Well, we're actually out of questions from the Smash thread, but we have a little time. So I figured I would ask one more in regards to something you said earlier.
Okay.
You said that you would like Diddy Kong to be buffed, but didn't really elaborate too much. Is there anything that you think they could do to Diddy Kong that would be fun for you that wouldn't make him broken again?
Just revert his upper and up throw to 1.06 because I don't really understand. Okay, currently we're playing a game where all the top tier characters grab you and kill you. Okay, like Zeus will operate you at 20 and kill you. Menana will operate you at 20, you die. Falcon will operate you at 20 to 80. Mario will operate you and kill you. So there's all these characters that used to operate you and kill you. So they just all these characters were already in 1.06, but they didn't nerf any of them. Instead, they messed around with Diddy Kong's up throw damage, and they made it so his upper will not even kill you at 180%. Like I've killed with upper at 160. Upper used to kill like at 120 and 110, like a reasonable percent. Now like they nerfed it like 60% or 50% for no reason. And I mean I understand it was too strong at the beginning, but I would just wish that Diddy Kong could kill from up to upper again. But now it's just like he doesn't really kill from throws anymore, which is a big deal because all the good characters kill from throws now.
Hey ZeRo, we got one more question from you for Smash 4 from RF7 Root, and he asks, what do you think about Halberd, Castle Siege, and Delfino as counterpick stages?
So Castle Siege, Delfino, and Halberd?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my esports answer. I'm gonna give you my non-esports answer. Okay,
That's
so
a perfect format.
So my esports answer is I think the stages can be very unbalanced at some points because the ceilings can be very difficult to deal with. So sometimes the game can be a little weird because people can just die really quickly, and also you end up fighting the stage more. So I think it's a little better if we focus on person to person fighting and more simple stages. So that's why I think they should remain banned. Now I'm gonna give you my non-esports answer. Delfino trash. However, trash. Castle Siege garbage. Trash. Ban. Bad. Sucks. Bad. Get out of here. Yeah.
Could you go a little more in depth for the fans of those stages?
Okay, no, like that's literally my opinion about Delfino. It's like trash, garbage. Like the stages I've been in tournament are like all the stages, because the thing is that Delfino, however, and Castle Siege, they have such crazy things to do stages that you can just die to the stage randomly. And I hate it when people say that you have to be good on the stages to not get hit by the stage. But it's like, look, the better you are at the stage, the more you can abuse it. I don't hate the stages because I'm bad at them. I'm probably the best on the stages individually, and I think they're trash because they're just bad. Like there's so many occasions where like somebody did something on Delfino, and then I killed them at 10% because the stage was transforming, so they die. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know this is gonna happen, so I'm gonna camp here, wait, roll behind them, grab them. They die at 10. Cool. It doesn't really. It's not about skill at that point anymore, and that's why I don't like it.
Now, you talk about having opinions on certain stages, and you said earlier in regards to custom moves that it separates the community. There are still some arguments about stock counts and timers and various other things. How should the Smash community come together to really agree on a rule set, or do you think what we have now is perfectly okay?
Honestly, I saw the evolution of like not knowing what the hell we're doing to the rule set we have today, and I honestly don't really know how it happened because it just happened. Like just people decided to do things and ended up being good. So I'm just happy they did things because honestly, I got so tired from arguing with people that I just decided to practice a lot and just get good. Because honestly, I don't like to argue or debate at all. I really dislike it in general. Like I don't care to prove my opinion a lot of the time. I just do things, and people just want to argue with you all day about stuff. And it usually comes down to like semantics or just like, oh, he or she said that, this or that. It's just it bores me and it's just so annoying. So then I just stop arguing with everybody and I just want to get good, and then lo and behold, we have a good rule set.
Since we're just still going with random Smash 4 questions, is there anyone that you really enjoy watching for fun playing Smash 4?
Smash 4?
Yeah, like any players that you really enjoy watching their play or even playing against them.
Okay, I mean, I think someone who's really fun to play against is I really like playing Ally. He's a really funny player, and he's just really funny. So when I play him, it's just usually makes me laugh, or it's just entertaining to play. The pace of the game. Anti is really fun to play. He plays a lot of characters, and Nara is really fun to watch. So yeah.
And do you have an opinion on the? I saw you posted some tweets about it. The recent like Vinny finagle that's happened in regards to him going to Mexico and having his stuff stolen.
I mean, I'm not gonna comment on that too much because like there's a lot of drama going on with that, and I don't really want to pronounce myself on that. But like, I'm just gonna say that obviously the only thing I really talked about was that the people chanted some people chanted against Vinny, like saying "Where's your passport?" after he got robbed. So obviously that's really rude, and that's the only thing I was disappointed about because I was like, wow, there will really be some douchebags. But I mean, at the end of the day, people get robbed all over the world. People get there's rude people all over the world. So you can't just really say, Mexico has those things because, there's rude people in the U.S. and there's people that rob in the U.S. anyway. So it's not just Mexico.
Well, ZeRo, we wish you could have you forever. You've been here for an hour. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to say or shout out before we end the show?
Well, obviously, shout outs to Team Summit. They've been honestly wonderful to me. And I'm really happy they decided to go with Smash players. TSM has been my favorite team for a while, so I'm pretty happy to be with them. I would like to shout out Sky Williams because otherwise he will get mad at me if I don't shout him out. So obviously shout out to Sky Williams. And I'm going to shout out Anti, who's a really good training partner. I'm going to shout out D1 for being a great friend as always. Going to shout out my mom. I'm going to shout out my girlfriend. And that's it.
All right, well, thank you, man, and I hope to have you back sometime. For everyone out there, you've been watching the R Smashbros AMA here at the Daily Dot. We do this every Thursday, and I'm sure next week your host, Ian Barker, will be back. Please tune in again. Thank you to our technical director, Will Kopis, and co-host, Radical Ray Chun. Have a good one, guys.